In the process of learning about the Chinese writing system, you may have noticed that there is not just one way to write. Primarily, simplified and traditional Chinese characters make up the bulk of what is used for the contemporary Chinese writing system. Usually, people choose one or the other when first picking up the language. I would argue that the main reason someone might choose simplified over traditional or the other way around is because of the particular location that they are most interested in throughout Asia. For instance, if you're looking to study, work, or even visit just a certain location in mainland China, Singapore, or even Malaysia, studying simplified would be your best bet. If your interests are peaking going to Hong Kong, Taiwan, Macau, or other overseas Chinese locations, traditional writing would be probably best for you. Besides location, people might choose simplified because it's simply easier, or they might choose traditional because of the characters being more descriptive and telling more of a story. Before you make your choice, if you haven't made it already, let me give you some context as to the origins of simplified and traditional Chinese characters. In ancient China, it didn't always used to be like this with two writing systems. There were actually several writing systems among the various feudal states that were used. To name a few of these ancient scripts, you had the Jiaguwen, which was the earliest form of writing on oracle bones back in 1600 to 1000 BCE. You also had the Dazhuan and then the Xiaozhuan, the Xiaozhuan being a simplified version of Dazhuan. So there were simplifications of scripts in China before the simplified writing system that we're familiar with today came through. The means to communicate between these feudal states were even more difficult. However, finally, between the period of 206 BC and 220 AD, the Han Dynasty was formed to centralize and stabilize the writing system of China. And this is actually why characters are called Hanzi, because they are characters of the Han, which I think is pretty awesome. With that said, if you can read traditional characters, you can read anything written in the past 2,000 years or so. Simplified characters were introduced to be used in the 1950s by the government of the People's Republic of China. By the reasoning of this government, this was to improve literacy rates, although some say it was a means for the party to deroot the people from their history and culture in order to keep them from non-communist Chinese values of the past. Whatever the true intention is, I find both simplified and traditional characters to be beautiful in their own right. I'm just now primarily learning traditional to prepare me for my future studies in Taiwan. Although I've been learning simplified characters for roughly 3 years, I'm still super hyped to dive into this new writing system and eventually go to a location that would immerse me into it. And just to not feel too pressured about the choice that you make, if you ever want to choose in the middle of your studies to go another route, just know that about 80% of the characters between traditional and simplified are the same. So it wouldn't be as if you're trying to learn a completely new writing system. You're actually just kind of tweaking what you already know. With that said, guys, I hope this was an informative video. Hope this helped you guys out in determining which one is best for you. I recently introduced traditional on this channel because, of course, I intend on going to Taiwan, so I figured it was a necessity. Having said that, if you want to see anything else as far as this Chinese lesson series is concerned, let me know down in the comments and I'll deliver. Alright guys, dream big. Peace out.